It's the new year, and that means it's time to change up our decor. In this video, join me in decorating my entryway and inviting cozy neutrals. With warm lamplight to invite you in on these chilly January nights and fresh greens and whites to cleanse our decor palette after the holidays. So get your favorite cozy drink and let's get to decorating. I'm the type of person who likes to start every decorating season with a clean slate. Nothing in the area except the entryway table and wall-mounted items. This clean slate gives me room to dream up how I want the space to look. For this season, right after Christmas, it's a little bit too early for Valentine's and spring decor. I decided to go with calming neutrals, greens, and small pops of white florals. I always start my decorating adventures in my decor studio, where I keep all of my everyday curated collection of decor finds, mostly thrifted and some antique, and all of my absolute favorite things to style with. Here I have everything displayed on shelves and hanging on hooks all along the walls. It's like my own personal shop. I gather all of my inspiration while I sit and drink my morning coffee in here, and this is where I come up with the different ideas of what I want to use in different spaces. So when it comes time to decorate, all I have to do is grab a basket and collect all of the pieces and try them in the spaces that I'm styling. The first thing we'll start with is adding a wreath to the coat closet door that's in the entryway. I always love adding either a wreath or a hanging basket with seasonal florals to this door. It's the first thing that you're greeted with when you walk in the front door, and nothing says you're welcome here like a beautiful wreath or a basket of flowers. Next, we'll move on to the entryway table. Here, I've been loving using this rattan tray on either end of the table with this little lamp and changing out the decor I place in the tray for the different seasons. For this season, I decided to add a beautiful silver pitcher and some white hydrangeas and tulips into it. As pairings of 3 always look best, I added a perfectly patinaed copper candle holder to finish off this look. Then when I stepped back, I realized I needed some risers to differentiate the heights on this tray. So I went back to my decor studio and gathered some of my favorite vintage and antique books. Books are a really great item to decorate with. They add the perfect cozy look, and their colors can bring the whole look together. So I used one of the books as a riser for the candle holder, and then another little riser that I brought for the lamp. Onto the accordion hanger I have in this entryway space, I started out by adding these antique hanging scales that we got as a collection in an auction. These are so cool. I love displaying them as a collection here in the entryway. They're all unique, and I love the color and patina that they have on them. I also love adding wreaths here to pull the greenery in from the wreath that we have on the closet door. And then I'll add a couple more wreaths just for texture. And lastly, a charming little twig basket that I wanted to add and then step back and see if I actually wanted to leave it in the space or not. And once I decided I did want to leave it in the space, I will come back to it later and we'll add a little bit of whimsical charm to it. Back to the entryway table. In the middle of the table, I decided to display the rest of the vintage books, my 2 absolute favorite vintage book finds, the AKC dog books, One is from 1943 and the other one from 1954 will be displayed here. I love using these and they're really beautiful because they're a beautiful green color. As bookends, I use these marble bookends with adorable little birds on them. One end has the mama bird and the other end has two little baby birds on it, and these are just so cute. This end is looking a little boring, so back to the decor studio we go. I decided to grab a riser, a terracotta pot, and some more florals. So back in the entryway, we'll add the riser with the terracotta pot on top and then add some greenery and some florals into the pot. And then I'll go ahead and arrange this cute little birdhouse and this water mister, and that will be my little vignette for this side of the entryway table. To the bottom shelf of the entryway table, I like to keep it simple, so I'm just going to be adding an antique strawberry crate that we were lucky enough to find at an auction. I love using this. I think it's so beautiful, and I'm going to be adding a large crock in next to that. And then to the crock, I just added some drapey greenery just to keep this whole look cohesive. Before we continue decorating, I wanted to mention these smart plugs. So I use these every Christmas to have my Christmas trees turn on and off at a set time. But this time I thought, wait a minute, why don't I use these year-round for my lamps to turn on and off at a set time? Nothing is better than getting home when it's dark, since it gets so dark so early now, than having your lamps on already welcoming you home. So I will say I don't use Alexa or anything that you can program like that, so I don't know if these will work with those, but they do have an app that makes these super easy to use. You can name each plug whatever you want. As you can see here, I have 3 different plugs that I'm using right now. You click on the plug that you want to use. For example, this is my entryway lamp. You can use this big button to turn your lamp on or off whenever you want. And then you can also set schedules. So like you can see here, I have mine set to turn on at 5 p.m. and turn off at 11 p.m. Or you can even set a timer if that's what you prefer to do. So I felt like using these smart plugs is the perfect thing to keep that cozy glow going, since we don't have Christmas trees up anymore. And I just wanted to let you all know about them. These are from Amazon. If you're interested, I will have them linked down below in the description box. So moving on to this corner, this is where I had a pencil Christmas tree, and last year I actually kept my tree up all year and had fun decorating it for all of the different seasons. So taking it down this year, I felt like this space was really empty, so I decided to add a plant stand and this beautiful large wicker pitcher vase. And then to the vase, I added some twiggy looking floral picks. And moving back to the twig basket I had hanging on the accordion hanger, I decided to make it look more whimsical by adding in a couple of greenery picks. And then on top of that, I added a cute little bird's nest that I made for my spring decor last year. I wanted this to look like a sweet little bird made this basket into its cozy little home. And to finish off this look, I decided to clip a little bird to one of the twigs to make it look like she's perched and on the lookout for spring on the horizon. my after Christmas entryway, simple, clean, and neutral with cozy and whimsical charm. I hope that you all enjoyed watching. Let me know in the comments, how do you decorate after Christmas? Do you do winter, or do you move into neutrals like this? Or if you do something different, what do you do? And don't forget, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more decorating like this, to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and leave me a comment. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.